Hello and welcome back to Basic Brush. This is a quick review of the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms Imperial Officers expansion. Once again covering a series of minis that it may be slightly harder to find reviews on. These are the Call to Arms. You may have seen my unboxing of the core set. If not, I would highly advise you to go check that out if you're interested. If not, no worries. This is mainly hero characters from Skyrim. Includes 5 32mm resins. So if you've played Skyrim, you'll recognise some of them. So General Tullius, Legati Rk, the Priestess of Rk, the Imperial Headsman, one of my personal favourite, and then a generic Imperial Captain. You get 5 30mm base as well, as with it as well. These are all resin minis. Let's open them up and take a quick look at them, see what they look like. I'm not sure if it's a change they're going with the Elder Scrolls. They did start with a couple of hard plastic boxes. I'm just wondering if they've decided to go with resin because they're all individual characters, or this is the way they're going to be going. I haven't seen much in the way of Wave 2 information to say which is plastic and which is resin. I'll find out whenever they arrive, hopefully. So that's what I like to see. Just a nice big pile of bubble wrapped resin. For what it is, it's relatively well packed. Maybe expecting something like the old GW blister packs. You know, there's maybe 2 or 3 different pouches in it. So let's see, we have a couple of bases, and I'm assuming that's the Commander's Shield. There's another base. That is General Tullius. Let's see, which one is this? I think that is a captain. I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out. Maybe that's the captain. Oh no, sorry. That's Rk. So it is. And then that is the captain there. That is the Priestess of Rk, casting her healing magic. It's not my favourite pose. I think it's very flat. There's another base. No, there's bits in it. Couple of bases. One of these is the headman's block, and the headman himself with his massive axe. Does he have it? He does. He's got his headgear molded on. Kind of nearly struggled to see what if he'd on. But no, it's a proper full face mask. Some beast of an axe. So let's take a look at each of these individually then. So I've just split these up into their individual piles. It's not really that hard. Most of them are pretty generic. There are no instructions, but the front of the box, you know, you can work it out pretty easily. In fact, it took me a whole of 30 seconds to see which goes where. And that's only because 1 or 2 of the bases kind of stumped me for a second. Let's take a look at, first of all, the man of the hour, General Tullius. Pretty nice model, reasonably, so on a 10mm base he is about 32mm to the eye. As you can see, nice crisp detail. Even detail maybe won't make it out, but there's detailing on this leather armor, even on the dangling bits. That's a really nice tiny bit of flash just in the armpit there. Let's see if I can get it. Yes, you can kind of see it when the light hits it. These are some of the nicest crisps. Yes, you do. I think these are about 35 RRP. I got mine for 24. I got it the same time as I got my core rulebook. It's from the same place. So once again, if you're looking for these type of games, I do advise you to check computer game websites. For some reason they appear. That's where I've got most of mine from. Generally speaking, I can get it for about 30% off. Once again, this lovely crisply cast base, lovely and flat on the bottom. This big tab may be a bit of a pain to remove, but overall I am more than happy with that. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So let's take a look who we look at next. We'll go for my least favourite in the set next. This is the Priestess of Rk. She's just very flat. You can see it perhaps best from here. It's not. It's an okay sculpt. If you had asked me to pick one that I like the least, pick this hands down anytime. Sprue vents are reasonable on it. Once again, this detail is astounding. The stitch work. It's not quite on the level of Mears, but then you're not paying for it on the level of Mears. Wonderfully crisp. In fact, I don't see any mold release. That spell, let's see, spell's a bit bland, but whenever it's painted up like a healing spell, I mean, if it's too detailed, it would look out of place anyway. Whereas bland mini for a bland spell, not great. Even the base, yeah, I'm not fussed on this guy or this one. If I were playing an RPG and needed somebody to kill off quickly, I would grab this one. It's just personal taste, folks. Somebody out there will probably be going, "Whoa, no, I like that one." Sorry, I really looked at that guy. That's General Tullius. Let's take a look at Legati Rk. Always wanted to be a bit of a buster in the game. I didn't mind. I always tended to side with them, with the Imperials. I'm doing a Stormcloak play through at the minute, but once again on these, just the detail, even on the skirting, let's see if I can get something to point it out with. Just the fur detailing in here, the banding on these, even just down to that is how the Imperial armor worked or looked in game. Now there is a bit more flash on this mini, and her arm is well tucked in to hold her helmet. I foresee a bit of trouble getting that off, but take it nice and slowly and we'll see what it gets to. But yeah, once again, another lovely mini, one I'm looking forward to build, and situated nicely on this base here. A nice dynamic pose. The shield actually fits into that slot, as you can see. Once again, ripped straight from Skyrim, and that's exactly what I'm after. When I'm playing this, I want to be able to recreate the Elder Scrolls. I don't care if it's in Skyrim or if it's in the back end of some marsh in Tamriel. But yeah, it's a real clean, crisp cast, folks. Let's get on to a more generic figure. Let's get on to our Legion Captain. First thing you notice, bit of a bend in the sword, hot water, sort that out, no big deal. Bit more release agent on this guy, I can feel him a bit more greasy in my fingers, a bit more flashing underneath here. Once again, even just hot water clean will take care of that. Lovely detail, once again the fur, even just down to that buckle. Same in the back. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that looks like it could be based on the same pose as our Legati here. In fact, I would nearly bet that that's what that is. A bit of a remesh in their CAD program. No complaints. Keeps it nice and uniform. Yeah, I could almost see using him for perhaps some sort of villain. He's got that quite that come at me pose, and very like the Emperor in what's it called? Oh, it's jumped my mind. Gladiator. That's it. In fact, it'd be interesting to paint him up in that white armor, and just to see how he looks. Tempting, but I'm not going to do it. So if somebody out there has done it, let me see. And then the second sprue, once again a bit more flash. Nice and flat base. May need a bit of trimming around the edges with flash. Yeah, it's probably the bit with the most flash. That shield there could do with a bit of cleaning. But other than that, nice notch. Not many. In fact, I don't recall seeing any air bubbles in these. So no complaints. And once again, just a bit more generic base, so you can be up in, well, once again, any part of Skyrim. And onto my personal favourite. I'm sure you've guessed by now, this is the Executioner. Not looking forward to cleaning the sprue gates off this axe. Bit of warm water and a lot of patience and a sharp knife. Bit of flash in there as well. Seems to be where there's a tight gap, maybe they get flash. I'm not complaining. However, for this sculpt, it is gorgeous. See kind of the meal. In fact, if I were to bring up the Executioner, I'd say he's pretty spot on. The first, just a good opportunity to try out different leather techniques, fur techniques, maybe even a bit of metallics or non-metallic on that blade. Just screaming for it. And then, of course, the infamous chopping block. Once again, another perfectly flat base in this crisp resin. Very little release agent on this model as well. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to get on with these tabs. I will report back at some point when I get around to assembling and painting these guys. I like to take my time and work my way up to them, because they are a motivator. You know, do 5 skeletons, get 1 character, or do 5 of the less fun to paint and get to do something you really enjoy. Yeah, any questions, folks? Let me know, give us a shout. Once again, thanks for watching. This has been another unboxing of Modiphius' Elder Scrolls A Call to Arms. And these are the Imperial Officers. Thank you. Bye.